Watch S3.
Yep.
W-A-T.
All right.
Then there's no capitals.
No. The S is capital.
Oh.
Go ahead, Kyle. We're live.
I'm in. Or live.
Kyle. You gonna
Yeah.
bring us in, bud?
Oh, I'm welcoming you here. Welcome to Hungaroring. Here, season 4. Division 3. So we're going to see some great racing tonight. I'm here with Steven Sarver, who's our host, and I'll be running the pitcher-in-pitcher.
And we will have Doug in shortly, and as long as his internet holds.
Yeah, we should have some special guests hopping in and out of between us and Division 2.
They're going through
So,
the free practice to make sure everyone gets in the server correctly. So, while we're doing that, let's
Yeah.
throw up the track map. Hungaroring is, of course, in the country of Hungary. It's 4.381 kilometers, or just under 2.5 miles at 2.466. 14 corners, and it's got some very long, straight sections. It's also got some pretty twisty bits, and I think probably one of the bumpier tracks on the schedule this season.
one of the more difficult tracks to make an overtake on.
Yes, that's definitely true. I got stuck behind one car for 7 or 8 laps last night, and no matter what I did, any run that I had, just couldn't get by them.
All right, boys, it's up.
Hello.
It is up.
Glad you could join us, Doug.
McGinnis, where is your
What is up?
freaking picture-in-picture, bro?
We're working on it. He had an issue with ACC not wanting to, or kept minimizing on him.
Goodness gracious.
So that's the track map. I guess we can go look at the team standings. Well, Kyle gets his picture-in-picture up. Division 3 team standings are led by the Apex Hunters at 595 points, with Baseline and Tyler's Toes chasing after them. I think Tyler's Toes is just Gutierrez, though. I don't think he has a teammate anymore, which might cause that team to drop. Trying to grab my picture-in-picture from Kyle.
You got everything you need from me?
I think I do. We'll find out in a second exactly.
Oh, is it mine? Stops.
Oh, kid coughing. Kyle, do you have a team in the Division 3 that you have been following this season?
So last race, it was the battle between Flo and who was the other? Maybe it was Flo and Toady.
Yeah,
them two.
the Mercedes
That
duo.
is a fun battle to watch.
Yeah, those guys are pretty quick on the Mercedes for sure.
And then GTG and Curtis Lee.
Yeah, the Lexus team and the BMW team. Yeah, those are good. I don't know what name.
Really, really fast.
I don't know what Curtis's team name is. Once we can look at him, we can find him over here in the driver's standings, though. Curtis and his teammate are sitting 13th and 8th overall in points, with Gutierrez running away with it currently. He's got a nice little gap to the rest of the field. Ramsey Connolly, Corey Sircone, Robbie Toady, Ron Flo, Waleed Sadat, Tony Spaghetti, DJ Watts, Felipe Boltla, and Nick Tower are your top 10 currently in Division 3. These guys are all battling week in and week out. The points are pretty close through the top 10, other than Gutierrez, who's got a couple of wins under his belt. And
Hopping on here with Space Baker.
yeah, we can move forward. We've got silver qualifying going, and my picture-in-picture is not working. Let me fix that. Probably from when it crashed, I have to reset it. Oh, I don't want YouTube, I want that. Boom. If you, Kyle, could hit the blank in the race control, we could
Gotcha.
fix that.
Gotcha. We're making it look nice.
A little more room on the picture-in-picture for the cars.
Yeah, those gotta feature those beautiful liveries.
You
out
said
there
you're running
today.
with Marty Space Baker down in the picture-in-picture?
I am.
Nice. And I've got Ron Flo and the Mercedes on the main screen here. As they get... This should be their first flying laps. We should be seeing times fly in. Yep, Space Baker's already first one out, so he's got a lap in. What is your prediction for pole based on what we saw in Division 4 and Division 1 last night?
I'm sorry for
the pole. What do you think?
Oh, pole.
What kind of time we think?
Oh, I'm thinking we're gonna see. I don't know about time. I'm thinking 144s.
Okay.
And I'm thinking we're gonna see Rutkowski.
Rutkowski, yeah.
He's gonna take one.
All right.
And then we're gonna see Korea. I saw strong on the leaderboard.
Man's doing homework.
Lots of practicing.
I didn't even think about looking at the...
Again, if you don't know what you're talking about, Gutierrez is taking pole.
Gutierrez is always a good shout.
Oh no, the Dadman's team is projected.
I don't know who.
Odds are, I don't
know who that's egg is, but that's his pick is Gutierrez as well.
There's some kind of infectious disease going around in the Dadman's group.
Some sort of infectious disease.
It's called winning.
Yeah, it's called taking the dub. And there's just something in the Badman's camp that's just really elevating its drivers to the top tier of each division that they participate in.
Absolutely great. Let's see, who's on a flyer? Michael of 1 second.
I'm on with Hello, right?
Alright. Yeah, make sure you double click it so it'll actually change. I learned that a couple weeks ago.
McGinnis is a novice in the race control department, but what I can tell you is that he's going to learn quickly.
Flo's on a good time.
I'm a master at controlling the vehicle.
There you go, McGinnis. He's...
I saved my controlling for the track.
Couldn't agree more.
Chat says, I'm thinking that's supposed to say who was Gutierrez's old teammate. That was Pav, who got pushed up to D2 a couple weeks ago when we did the split changes. He was a little too fast for this group, so he got the promotion. Michael with a 47.3 on that lap, not a bad time. Currently, Kyle Miller, he's on 8/10 in the Lambo. That is not a car you see much.
On a flyer. That is a Ghost Racing boy, I believe. Fast boy.
Teammates were
Ghost
Kilometer
Racing.
Mates with Molly New and Jack Patch down in D4.
They may be announcing a huge acquisition.
You think so? You think they'll be like Team McLaren? Have 58 drivers?
Yeah, no, apparently one of the most talented drivers and commentators in SRA history is showing some interest.
Oh, who would that be?
Keep him. That's all
Oh,
I'll
okay.
say.
It's like the NASCAR silly season.
A little bit of conspiracy theories over here.
Pending offers from other teams.
Feel ya. See, Michael's up another second here. This will put him in the low 46s if he can hold it one more turn. Probably third place, fourth place, right behind Kyle Miller if he gets it. Yeah, he held it together. 46.5, 3/10 off of Miller and 7/10 off of Flo on the pole. Hey Durbin, how you doing?
Hop in with 316 car.
Yep.
On a flyer. Almost up a full second here.
Looking to see if there's anyone else on a flyer in the silvers here. Everyone else is kind of flirting with being neutral. Bickham. Bickham's up 3/10 halfway through the lap. Doing well, Durbin. Hopefully you are doing well yourself. There you go, Lorenzo Fiolo just put in a time 45.6, passes Flo by 2/10 for the provisional pole here. Track is optimum now, so these laps are going to get quicker and quicker for sure. And of course, when you start following a driver, that's when they start losing time in their lap. Bickham did not improve on that one. It's got 5 minutes until the pro drivers, or gold drivers, come out and put in their laps. These are some nice gaps. Are you talking about how close they are, Durbin? Yeah, the times so far are pretty close. Top 8 positions are within 1 full second of each other. And some of those guys, 10th through 13th, probably haven't put in their best laps yet.
The Porsche proved to be quite strong in the D1 race.
Okay.
There are a couple in this grid, but what I'm finding is that the lighter, more flickable cars have a lot of success here versus the cars with a lot of muscle. So the Mercedes, the likes of the Audi, things with long legs in the Bentley exactly are going to be struggling here because this is a very flowy, tight track versus the long straights of, say, a Paul Ricard.
Yeah, I can attest to that. The Audi was a handful through the switching areas from, what is that, like turn 6 to turn 11. You missed one corner by a little bit, you lost pretty much that whole rest of the lap.
I was just seeing how much of the turn I could do in the air with the Ferrari.
Ferraris don't have wings.
And it worked out pretty good.
You did like to eat the curb. GTG on a flyer there, up 9/10, and 45.4 moves up to pole now in the lovely retro marble paint that I think his teammate Sircone did. I think that's the first paint that they've made themselves. Let's see who else we've got. GTG is going in the red currently.
Bickham.
Down there with Bickham. I'm gonna jump on with Bailey, who's up half a second at the end of this lap. Let's crosses the line. Improves a couple places, not too much. Still has 2 more minutes. Can make another 2 laps if he's hustling this one. You're in with Bickham. Bickham keeps that lap together. He's kind of shot at the pole. He's only 6/10 off currently. It's up a couple of tenths, but he's on the penultimate corner there. Just has to hold it a little bit more. Said, oh no, he loses it. Sounds about right. We're watching him.
You guys find that you get really stressed out during qualifying?
Yes and no. If I know it's a track that I'm not going to qualify well, I just put in a few laps and move on. Like last night, I wasn't expecting to be high up, and then I saw that I was on pace for 45 and crossed the line just a hair in one of the corners and dirtied it. And then I was stressed the rest of the practice.
You hate to see it.
Yeah.
No,
I find I put a lot of pressure on myself.
formation lap. The formation lap, I'm
Yeah,
screaming.
formation lap is definitely stressing.
Yeah.
Is it like a war cry, like out of excitement, or like out of sheer
No.
nerves?
I have like one of those baby things that they suck on. I don't know
Pacifier?
what that thing's
A
called.
pacifier?
A pacifier. And
I
just
could have went
stuck
many
on
different
that
directions
thing
with that. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Could have roasted you on that
Oh
one.
man.
I could return that roast. I appreciate you not though.
Yeah, Ryan Passage in the chat gets it. He's saying that he gets extremely nervous just before the race. So do I. Like, when I first got into league racing, I used to even get the shakes where, like, my adrenaline was going so crazy I could, like, barely, like, control my feet.
I mean, can you imagine what can happen? The stakes are so high.
It is true.
I mean, you don't win back-to-back championships without a little adrenaline coursing through your veins, you know?
I wouldn't know that feeling. I don't know if I've won a championship in anything before.
Real race car drivers wish they could have this level of competition and adrenaline going that we get every day here at SRA. But let me hop on with somebody. They should be starting their first laps.
Yeah,
here, right?
the silver drivers are wrapping up their 15 minutes, and I see the train of cars coming out of the pits. I'm gonna grab Bailey real quick because he's still on a flyer on his last turn. It's gonna come out of the corner, and he's going to improve by half a second up to 6th. 46.1. So 45.4 is the current pole with GTG in the BMW. Got a couple McLarens up there. Mercedes in the top 5 and a single Ferrari. I don't see a single Audi in this small field tonight, and the Porsches haven't come out. Wait, is Waleed in here? I don't see Waleed on my... Oh, there he is. That one is not showing the whole group.
Oh, you need to click escape and then drive again.
Oh, that's why he's got the... I was wondering why I saw the...
Yeah. He needs to click escape and then drive again.
Dang it, Kyle.
He's not even here right now. Come on, Kyle.
I'm here.
Click escape.
Rookies
so click on
here,
ACC
rookies.
escape and then drive.
I did it,
Yeah,
right?
you're good now.
No. Oh, okay. I'm watching the stream. It's got a delay. So
Good
there
tears.
it goes. Okay, got it. My man.
Who are you on with currently there?
There we go.
I don't recognize that page.
Cicero. Oh.
Oh, he just killed it. Are you with LeRod 737?
I am with Cicerone.
Sircone. Oh, okay, Sircone. That's
Sircone. 86.
yeah, that's GTG's teammate who's currently on the pole. You're watching. Gotcha.
He is currently he's up about a 10th on this lap. And I think he's leading the pack out.
I think he did too. Yeah. 86, 737,
Let's hop on
that's
his
Laurent, and then Gutierrez, which
Yeah, so
we shall watch the rest of this lap of Toady, and then I want to switch to Gutierrez because I want to see if he can throw that Honda on pole, because I think that's going to be the car to beat.
oh yeah, Cicerone's going here. And hop on his bumper.
Surprisingly, the only Honda in D3 now that Pav's gone.
Or Ciccone.
And that's why there's no other competition.
Because we had...
Just being toxic, just kidding.
We had, in the top 10 last night, we had Clanceris, Butler, Ruzic, Lorenzo, and I feel like there was one more of like the 7 or 8 Hondas.
Menzies?
No, Menzies, I think. Menzies started like 15th. No, Menzies had the qualifying ban, so he started from the back.
Oh, you're talking about like all those Hondas in the top of the grid.
Yeah, we had like 5 of them, 5 of like 8 in the top 10 starting grid last night. It was crazy.
Man, I'm just telling you, the Badman's conglomerate is just producing high-quality candidates.
You guys picked them this season, that's for sure.
On with Sadat. Currently up 2
Gas or die Porsche that took the phrase a little too seriously.
Big oof there.
Toady did not improve. He is not on a good lap yet.
How's my boy Aiden Grover doing?
Aiden is... Where is he on my list?
I'm actually on with Aiden Grover right now. Look at him rocking that Lamborghini. Hop on his bonnet. Using the absolute most of this track.
Which I think the Lamborghini is similar to the Audi in the aspect of being able to like eat the curbs here.
Heavy.
So if the Audi can take these curbs pretty nicely, I think Aiden and the Lambo should be able to just munch through them.
You say that, but last night I was driving just super normal, not pushing the car all that much. Hopped over the small chicane in Sector 2, and my car just yeeted into the wall.
Oh, really?
So,
did you hit the first part or the second
every
one?
once in a while. I hit both,
okay.
But yeah, but the line was just the same every single time. Like every other lap was fine. Just for whatever reason, it just yeeted me to the left.
I feel that because I went over it a couple of times. And that first curve, normally you can just center your car over it and it's fine. But there was one time it definitely almost sent me to the wall. Gutierrez did not improve on that time, but he's still sitting third, 3/10 off, or 3/10 off of Ciccone, who just put in the new fastest lap of 45.122, and already showing that he's might be trying for 44 there.
This is part of the head games of the Badman's conglomerate. We tell them to not set the best lap right off the bat, just to let the opponents think they have a chance.
The Ferrari boys, we got some Go Ferrari boys, some Gutierrez. I love that.
Gutierrez.
Rakuski and
that's
fourth, and Hankey, I think. Yeah, Hankey's the only other Ferrari.
Yeah. Ooh, Gutierrez on a hot lap, up a second.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch it down to Hankey and the Ferrari since I see some Ferraris in the chat.
Wow.
You say he's up half a second, Kyle?
Gutierrez is up almost a full second.
A full second? He's gonna be almost in the 43s. That's insane. He's running D1 times if he gets to that.
Losing a little time.
He's where at in the track?
Second
he's in the
time.
last couple of corners. He should be
here
fine.
we go.
Good pole position here. Bola 45-0.
Oh yeah, those
right
should be.
Gutierrez finishes his lap.
Yep, Gutierrez takes pole.
44.6. New time to beat.
I'm gonna hop on 226.
Rakuski in the Ferrari. One of the many names that I had to learn the hard way by pronouncing it wrong and then correcting.
I looked at the pronunciation guide.
That one's still hard, even knowing how
And-
it's pronounced.
And I typed it into Google and had it speak it to me, and I still don't know it.
Love it. Hanky's up half a second.
Well, I think that you guys putting that much effort in is already more than like flattering. I think you'd really appreciate the effort.
Yeah, I watched enough esports over the last several years, being in the Rocket League scene and watching casters who see and cast for these players like day in and day out and still pronounce their names wrong after 5 years. I figured I'd like to start on the right foot with my casting and at least make an attempt to know how to pronounce somebody's name.
It's very respectful of you.
That is respectful. Rukeski is up half a second at the moment, 3/10.
Nice. He's
To move him up a few positions here.
yeah, 3 or 4 tenths will put him right at the
To
44
third.
mark. Sircone moves up to second again with a 44.9, still 3/10 off of
Ooh.
Gutierrez.
I didn't not see Rodriguez put that time down, but
Hey, where did Rodriguez come from in the McLaren?
I have no idea, but he found some time somewhere.
Here comes Toady across the line again and moves apparently nowhere because I didn't see it change. But it looked like he was up 5/10. And we still, even after all the silvers have gone and the golds have come out, the top 10 are still within a second of each other.
And there's still some silver drivers that are flirting in the top 10 there.
Yeah, Lorenzo and GTG.
Cheeky. That's Lorenzo Filho.
Lorenzo Filho, yeah, not the Lorenzo that is teammates
yeah.
with Josh Butler and D4.
Exactly. Two different people.
I feel like I recognize those names from one of the other leagues that I raced in, the two Lorenzos. If they're the same ones, they are both very fast and good drivers.
Who is your favorite to win tonight? That's the question. We got 4 minutes to talk about what this race is gonna have, like how it's gonna turn out.
Go ahead, Kyle. I think you should go first.
So number one, I think drivers are really going to be respectful of all the rules and regulations here at SRA, and there'll be, I predict, no incidents, and general sportsmanship all the way through. But as far as a favorite, Rukeski in 226 in the prancing horse. It's looking beautiful all day. Lots of confidence. You see him around with the ladies. Just a well-rested guy, really. He might be around in the nightclubs, or he might be studying at the library, or racing a local child in a soapbox race for money for the schools.
So he's a
So they can learn
philanthropist.
to read good.
So Rukeski is a Renaissance man. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Well, that's good to know.
So just Rukeski. A vote for him is a vote for everything.
Feel ya.
Is a vote for a quality person, yeah?
Yeah. And so go ahead and give him your fan horsepower boost in the overtaking zones. Use the Twitch emote as assigned.
Love it.
Server. So clearly, McGinnis has something special for Rukeski. Who's your driver tonight?
For me, I'm gonna have to go with Sircone. He's been pretty solid. Also, since he's one of the guys in the conglomerate I'm a part of, I've been listening to him in GTG pass notes today, and they look like they're pretty ready. I think my dark horse might be Rodriguez, who's currently sitting 5th in the McLaren. I didn't think there'd be that many McLarens up high on the board. They don't seem to be very strong here from what I've seen so far.
I think that Curtis Lee is going to be a dark horse. I think that he's going to climb the ranks. He's finding himself in P11. I think he'll finish in the top. I want to give him benefit of the doubt. I'm saying top 5 for the man.
I can feel that.
That'd probably be one of his best performances ever, if I had to guess.
I'm not sure how the Lexus drives at too many tracks. I've only driven it once or twice, but watching his teammate Watts, it looks like he's handling pretty good over the bumps.
I think what you meant to say was DJ
Yeah,
Watts.
DJ Watts.
And the Lexus is a quite stable platform, but it is not the fastest anywhere. But it's not the slowest anywhere either.
I'll take that. Not fastest, not slowest.
It also sounds amazing.
It does.
But you know the burden of the Lexus?
Reliable
What is the
vehicle.
burden?
It is, yeah. The A-pillar is enormous.
Oh, is it one of those that it's like the whole left side of the screen is just the A-pillar?
It takes up like a quarter or a third
That's
of
my
your
biggest
screen.
issue with the Lamborghini. It's the same way. I do not like watching the A-pillar in my window for 60 minutes.
I just don't like getting in and out of the Lamborghini. I think it's pretty uncomfortable. It's undignified.
Undignified. It makes you like lift up your skirt and then you have to show you
Yeah.
flashing everybody.
I'm ready
Yeah,
for
really,
the SRA
really
shirts.
uncomfortable for the audience.
Bentley and the Aston Martin are the 2 best cars for a young lady like me.
Oh, so we have someone asking about when the socks and shirts are going to ship. So we have an update from your boy Douglas Mitchell here. So Tyler got
It's a Ponzi scheme.
The shirts were a lie. No, but all jokes aside, we got the first batch of prints from the t-shirt company, and they had made a enormous mistake, and they looked awful. So we ate the cost of the first batch because they looked terrible, and we had them redesigned a little bit to make them look better. So basically, we're just going through that process right now, and we should be having them shipped out relatively soon. The socks are done, and they look incredible.
Oh, to Curtis.
And
Are they fast?
there's a little secret extra surprise in each shipment too, which should be exciting for you guys. So,
Very nice.
good stuff.
It looks like
I'm excited
qualifying
for you
is
guys to experience it.
Over?
Yep.
Nobody's on a flyer.
Yeah, sure thing.
Alright.
Aiden, God, this track is hard, but you guys like the livery at least. You're the livery king. Oh my goodness, what did I just see on screen?
Did you see Curtis go straight into the wall? I was like, oh,
That
he's on
Lexus.
8/10 up, and then as I do that, I see why.
Yeah, as I could. Me too, yeah.
My goodness.
That's always a good way to get a improved delta. Just drive straight into a
It'll
wall.
do it.
When in doubt, full send.
All right. Oh, while we were talking, we didn't even realize that Gutierrez got beat out on the pole. Rakuski, he put in a 144.5.
Oh my goodness.
He beat him by a full 1/10 of a second there at the end.
He was inspired by McGinnis's absolute swooning.
That's what happens when you got a great commentary team that make great commentary calls.
Oh my
They
goodness.
did their fucking research, huh?
Watch your language.
Oh,
McGinnis.
my bad. My bad.
He's just so passionate about his
He's-
driver there.
so
He's
bad,
like Team
dude.
Ferrari.
Yeah, no kidding.
We're gonna
I-
see him next
I
week in the
called it,
office. He's
though.
gonna have a Rakuski tattoo on his back.
Oh yeah. I sent him a DM before this as a fan.
My Lord, you would.
I said, "Hey, good luck."
We see you out there, Aiden.
He said, "Thank you."
Allowing somebody else to take pole to make them look better, he'll still come out on top of the race. Do we know who That's Egg is? I like their thoughts. Car 529. I feel like I should know who 529 is. The pit lane close incident.
Do we have any penalties today?
152 should have a quali ban. Is 152 even present?
152. I am not seeing that number.
No.
So they did not make the race tonight?
So they will have a quali ban at their next race.
That is correct.
There it goes. Now it's letting me drive. Let's
And
switch it back over to the race screen now that the cars are up.
I believe our marshalling team is now taking firstborn child for lap 1 incidents, if I'm not correct.
And I know that I have car enabled. We do not want that. We want to watch the cars as they come by. If I can get my camera right. Watch all these beautiful liveries pull off the line.
I'm on the wing of our leader here.
Nice. Now we will switch it back to enabled.
And I will protect him. I'll protect our leader.
Protect the leader here.
With all of our media hype.
I think while we're going through here, we'll park at mid top 10 here with Waleed. See what kind of start we'll get from the front of the field. How many cars do you think are going to pile up in turn 1?
Starver, before we get started here, make sure that your contact data is good to go.
Contact data is showing. Let me see.
And just make sure that you've started it for this session.
Test went in. It shows up on the thing. I think we're good.
Beautiful. Good deal. Speaking of contact, McGinnis did say that there were going to be 0 incidents tonight. As much as I'd love to see that, I don't think that will be the case. I think that there's going to be at least 1 car backwards after turn 1.
Oh, in Sim Racing Alliance?
In Sim Racing Alliance, there will be at least 1 car backwards.
For sure.
I wouldn't make that big of a claim.
You're a bold man, Kyle.
He's a bold man.
No incidents. The only way.
I just predicted pole.
0 pileups by passage. Okay. A lot of people on your side there, Kyle.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're paying on, but
look at all that space.
Positive energy, 0 pile up. No incidents, only the most.
There you go. 126 is that who had the penalty? Because there's one in the garage currently.
No, also, so there was only one penalty that needed to be served, and it was a quali ban.
You said it was 152, I think, right? So what is Holmes doing in the pits? Maybe
they probably just forgot
to
to
drive.
Drive. Yeah, 152 should have a quality ban, and that should be Lloyd, if I'm not mistaken, at the back of the grid.
Okay.
But let's stop talking about it. We're getting up to the start-finish straight here. We are doubled up and ready to go. Take it away, Mr. Sarver.
All right, they're gonna head down into turn 1 and see if they go 3 or 4 wide as they get up to speed. I see a little shuffling in the middle there. 3 wide with the BMWs.
We are 3 abreast.
So far, so good. Not seeing any yellow flags on the race control. We made it through turn 1. Still 2 wide.
I'm
Very
loving
nice.
this right now. All the cars are just slotting in together. The driver that started in the pit lane is skirting out now, trying to catch up desperately. No cars backwards on turn 1. I will stand corrected.
All right. Good
Nice
job,
job,
Kyle.
everyone.
I guess
Kyle, I'm taking you to Vegas and just telling me black or red.
I think we should have more faith next time.
There would be no tickets had I not want our marshalling team or stewards to have something to do, so they feel busy.
This is true.
Because
we do have a yellow flag, Spaghetti.
I'm
Falling down the order hard.
trying to grab him as he falls here. I grab? No. Grab the wrong car. There we go. Here's Spaghetti.
Yeah, Spaghetti in the Merc just has a big slide, and then the weight transfer snaps
also
over Steer. Keeps it out of the barrier.
I'll jump on the wing.
There you go. Yeah, he did not look like he had a good time there. Oh, just snaps loose. Is that
He kept it out of the
turn
barrier,
10? Going into the downhill?
Yeah, near that small chicane. And you're right, that was not turn 1, it doesn't count.
Here at SRA, if there's no fatalities, there were no incidents.
Is that how it works?
We work like a cruise ship.
There's no fatalities. There's... My goodness.
Oh, another yellow flag between Browning and Space Baker here. Space Baker spun. Find his way back in. It looked like along turn 1. Browning waiting alongside.
I'll hop on it.
I will sit with this battle for 9th.
Oh, gonna hop on.
Kyle, when you get a moment, you need to click escape and drive again.
He's learning.
Yep. At the beginning of every session, you gotta do it.
Why does that want to break my computer?
I don't know. It's freaking it out for sure.
Yeah.
Looks like the top 10 are kind of settling down. Half a tenth to a tenth between each of these drivers. Figuring out where they're gonna gain and lose time to the cars in front and behind. But you gotta be watching both directions, as it's hard to pass here.
Yeah. Spaghetti is putting immense pressure on Shiva and P26 at the moment, trying to get back some much needed positions after his spin. But you're right, the rest of the grid is super tight. Rutkowski has the fastest lap with a 145.8, and he's keeping P1 at the moment, but Gutierrez and Botlov in P2 and P3 are keeping him honest, only 5 tenths back from one another.
Jump on with Botlov here, come out of turn 1 into turn 2.
Look at this massive train here.
The drivers are keeping it clean, and you're going to find that the Hungaroring is very difficult to pass at, so you're going to have to really stay patient and wait for the driver in front to make a critical mistake in order to get alongside.
Space Baker. He must have got damaged from that turn 1 incident. He's in the pits now.
Yeah, damage this early into a race can be race ending. Better just fix it as opposed to having an even worse incident later by spinning because of the aero damage.
Sophia in chat says hashtag Team Lorenzo. Alright. Driver is sitting 10th place so far.
guys are enjoying the race, and give the video a like, comment down below, all that fun stuff.
Welcome, Chan.
What would be a really good way to support the SRA community there, Steven?
I think we've got a Patreon, if I'm not mistaken. You can also...
But maybe something that they could get some for free? That they may already pay for.
Oh, well...
What you can do is when on Twitch, because we're on YouTube at the moment.
Oh, well, thank you, Doug.
Yeah, on Twitch, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you can have a Prime gaming.
I was wondering where you're going now. Also buy the shirts and the socks and the Doug toe picks.
Wait, are you telling me that you told me to pitch something that we don't even have?
We set you up for failure.
Goodness, I am so cringe, bro. I'm just saying, show some love to the team, for the drivers. We love it.
Love it. Love
Join
it.
the Discord, sign up for the races.
We were on Twitch.
Show me the battle. Lorenzo Philhill and P10 putting some massive pressure on GTG. Team Lorenzo would love to see that.
I got you.
Give me TV1 Cam. Let's do this thing.
He's got...
Lorenzo's putting some crazy pressure on right now.
He's got Flo and both the Lexus. Lexus I?
DJ Watts.
Lexuses?
And Curtis Lee. Yeah, Lexus
I can never remember what they use on the IMSA broadcast when the two Lexus are next to each other.
Just call it... Well, I think you just said it's
two
two Lexus.
It's like deer.
Yeah, exactly.
Lexus I. Lexus I.
Where are those? Santer asks, you must have been not in the stream when we were talking about the shirts updates. But I think they're reshipping
we have
out?
more.
So,
oh yes, Santer. We had a misprint problem with the shirts with the manufacturer, so we got the original batch and they looked terrible. So we ate the cost of that, and we are reprinting them so that you guys have a quality product that you paid for. No sense in sending out something that doesn't represent our brand that well. The gray shirts turned out really well. The black shirts turned out really poorly, so we're reprinting them.
there you go.
Doug, are you just keeping all those shirts then?
No, the manufacturer is going to be keeping them as like collateral damage.
Yeah, they just...
I don't believe it. I think Doug just wants all of the shirts.
I'm gonna knit them all together into one giant quilt.
The SRA quilt.
Doug wears nothing but SRA apparel.
I will. Spoiler alert! I do have one of the gray ones. Yes, that is admin privilege, and it is very comfy.
Love it.
No problem, Santa.
Just because oh, wow.
The secret key. Yeah, no. It is all the messed up shirts just torn up into little shreds. That's all it is. And you get a shirt. And you get a shirt.
This battle is not
No, but I'm glad you guys are excited about the merch.
That stuff's gonna be nice when it comes in.
I'm looking at the spread here for the gained and lost positions. The top 7 hasn't changed. Then 8 and 9 switched. And then we're looking at 3 positions gained for DJ Watts, 3 positions for Kyle Miller in the Lambo, 4 positions lost for Michael, car number 31 in the McLaren, 5 positions gains for Bickham in the 333 Ferrari, which is fantastic, and then 15 positions lost for Spaghetti.
Man.
You hate to see.
And Spaghetti started in the top 10 too. And like we said, though, the getting around another car is difficult as we watch Lorenzo still trying to figure out how to get GTG to make a bad move. And if the top 7 cars haven't changed positions, they're just all waiting. Oh, nope, as I say it, GTG goes off into turn 3 there and gives Lorenzo the spot up to 9th.
Lorenzo is surging through the field right now. This, like we were talking about earlier, you make one mistake, that's the only opportunity to really make a pass, so you need to make it stick.
Exactly. Making a mistake or getting a good run into turn 1, getting on the inside of them. Do we get to post it in the chat? I think you guys should post a picture when you get it. I think unless there's a better like community channel for posting pictures.
Nah, you can put it in general chat, you can put it in team chat. Once you get your swag and you wanna...
Yeah, that's right. We don't have a specific...
Yeah, you wanna share it?
Pictures chat, other than like animal pics.
You could do a picture with your pet, or you could do real life rides like that. Yeah, there. Sam Harris said real life rides. Yeah, that would be a good recommendation.
There you go.
So.
Get a picture of your whip and
Take a picture. Take a picture with your setup and put it in the setup.
There you go. That works too.
Page. We got pages for
Show
everything.
that you're ready for the races.
No kidding.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Whether you want to learn to drive. Ooh.
My dog's in this.
Gutierrez hunting.
If you post a picture of a dog with SRA socks, it will break
off?
the Discord.
Yeah.
That looked like a Team McLaren
Is it Rodriguez?
driver.
Yeah, it's Rodriguez.
Yeah, Rodriguez falling a couple spots, which means Lorenzo moves up another position.
Turn 2, maybe? Let's see. Get on the brakes. Oh, just loses it on the...
Really loose. Oh,
and that looks like
wall.
could be some front damage too.
I drove with some front damage yesterday, and it makes you about 2 seconds slower on this track because it requires so much aero to get around these sweeping turns.
You don't want to drive with that.
And my car wanted to drive into that same wall all the time.
You'd have to try it a couple of times.
In Division 5, Doug, will we have the bumpers brought in a little bit?
Like Division 5, you guys are gonna have pillows on your front and back bumper.
Yay!
It's like bowling with the bumpers up.
Yeah.
You guys joke about how much the admins are sweating out all this stuff, but we have Division 5 and 6 ready to go, and Season 5 and 6 seasons for tracks and everything all dialed in.
That's crazy. You guys are that far ahead.
Yeah, and
so if you've been thinking about getting into sim racing, now's the time. We're gonna have a division just for you, Division 5. I may be running for King.
Yeah, Kyle McGinnis will be the series manager for the slowest division in our league, I promise.
Otherwise known as King. Yeah. Warrior King?
Jump back here.
Warrior King. We can.
Warrior Monk King?
I will make a Discord role Warrior King if you win a race, and I will give it to you.
Love it.
Any
Harris
race.
says he calls dibs on D6 Silver, and so is Santer. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah, you and me both. What we can all race together. D1 has been kicking me up and down the track. It's been brutal. But speaking of kicking it on track, Rutkowski is putting about a second gap on Gutierrez. The two of them are just running away with it.
Blue
race
flag
pace 145s, which is insane.
They're already down in the 45s. That's crazy.
Almost a 144. And then Sircone is 3 seconds back, and everyone else back there is basically keeping it honest. Sadat putting a lot of pressure on Larad, Robbie Toddy on Sadat, and Lorenzo chilling in P8, still applying a lot of pressure to Robbie Toddy. Super close grid. The only person that really has lost out is Space Baker, who is a minute back of P27.
Yeah, he's about to go a full lap down
after
now.
pitting. Yeah, really unfortunate for the guy. You hate to see it.
With a name like Space Baker, you want to root for him no matter what. I thought Michael was going to catch Rally and Henke for P16 and P17, but he's kind of dropped off here.
Yeah. Sandra, to answer your question, we always shoot for around 45 drivers at the start of the season for each division. And then through just normal attrition, drivers, the numbers wane throughout the season, and then we bolster.
Because they can't handle it, Doug?
They can't handle it.
That's what I thought.
They can't handle the truth. But life gets in the way, or some people elect to not drive if they're finding that they're not competitive anymore, which is just human nature. So.
But this year, we will have Division 5. Where we will bring the bumpers in.
We will. The
Oh,
recommendation
big wreck.
is doing like
GTG's
go-karts
off.
in AC. Oh no! Perpendicular to the track, that's a bad spot to be in.
I think it just got the curb there.
Yeah, he needs to back up and get out of the way there. Now that there's a gap. Hopefully no one got into the back of him.
It's right after the chicane.
It's the chicane, I told you. Oh, but no, he's still good. Okay, just
turn
kidding.
9 here, coming through. Oh, just bumps it.
Oh, much too much curb there. Oh, you
Was
hate
that
to see it.
Odie behind him? And no, that was Flo in the 2 Lexus. He's still off. He's just having to wait for the whole field to go. Oh, that sucks.
It's really respectful of the driver though
Yeah.
to wait for the grid to pass, and unfortunately bad timing because where
night,
he
bud.
was, there was only one really narrow play to get in.
Yeah, from 10th to 26th, because you got to wait for the train. Man.
And like the chat saying, as we expand our league and grow with further participation, the skill gap is going to start really opening up to the point where D1 is going to be just absolute aliens. D2 is going to be where you're going to have really a lot of competitive drivers. D3 is going to be people that are fast, that are lacking the real fine tuning. And then D4, D5 are going to be where a lot of like average drivers are, and it's going to be really competitive. And then D6 is going to be the home of all your new people. And yeah, I think that at those lower levels, anyone who's having a good night can have a lot of success.
For sure.
That's exciting. Holmes having a moment.
Let's see.
The yellow Ferrari.
I don't know why his livery does not show up.
Yeah, big slide. Big slide. Right back on track though, not too bad. Oh, it does another spin when he tries to get back on track though, which is unfortunate.
Another one going over that, it's like turn 4, turn 3 curb, sliding out.
Yeah. You mind taking a look at Gutierrez, the battle for P1.
You got it. I'll jump it back to this 4-car train here. I'm actually gonna do this and grab Sadat's wing cam.
I'm on the wing of
Rakuski?
P1 right now, yeah, Rakuski. Seems like Gutierrez is catching him in the first sector, and Gutierrez, and then Rakuski pulls away in the third.
I can see that. The Ferrari's not as strong through the faster first section maybe, and Rakuski's got it more conservative, more downforce setup for the rough bumpers and curbs in the middle sector. Did that guy delete? For the liveries that don't show up, go into the custom livery. Ah. Okay. I'll have to try that after the night.
Good recommendation, Mr. Heron.
Yeah. I've noticed that there's a few liveries that haven't shown. I didn't know if it was they didn't have them uploaded or something was wrong, but I'll definitely check that out.
But for you OG SRA members, Awesome Sim Racing is so much more simple than the GitHub repository that we had going.
I tried that last season. Yeah, I ended up just downloading the whole
offing
I
yourself?
downloaded the whole thing because I didn't know who I should have and who I shouldn't. But with this, you can download just
too.
the division that you're racing with, or the division that you're
Yep, it was
commentating
really
for.
tough.
I downloaded the whole thing, added my skin, and then tried to re-upload it. That's how I thought that worked.
Oh no!
Oh no, goodness gracious, no.
I was like, I tried to clone the repository.
Yeah, see, that's how confusing it was. Look at Toady trying to get a run on Sadat here.
Oh, and he's right up
He was-
there. And this is the part of the track where the cars with a little bit more beefy engines can have a little bit of a advantage. But now we're getting into Sector 2. I bet you that Mercedes falls off from this Porsche.
And it looks like Sadat can go over those curbs pretty quickly too. Little
Yeah,
wiggle.
Oh, yeah.
I hope he's losing. Oh, they're side by side.
He's off, but they're going to pull alongside. This is not the place to be. Swap over to TV2 cam or
Yeah,
something.
I'll swap back a little bit to the. Actually, I want this car.
Yeah. Man, this is a tight grouping. And they're doing a really great job of...
Look at
Oh,
Rodriguez.
as we have cars side by side behind. Lorenzo
Took
is
advantage.
overtaken by Rodriguez.
He's gonna get 2.
Nice move.
No, he backed out of it.
Yeah, that's the danger zone there, sticking your nose on the up the apex. But a really nice move done by Rodriguez to capture the opportunity there. Lorenzo getting slowed down by the battle in front. Just like we're talking about, that there's only a few windows of opportunity, and if you don't strike, you're going to be sitting behind them for another few laps.
Then if you strike and fail, now Toadie's what? A couple tenths off of Sadat now. I've lost my caps. There we go.
You got to try the Bunatics livery videos.
Oh yeah,
They are very great.
he did some very good tutorials. I don't have the patience to paint, but I did watch them.
I find livery making quite cathartic, like just making one little element change here and there and watching your piece come together is, I don't know, it's almost relaxing for me. Until my teammates were barking at me that they wanted specific changes made by a specific time, and then it became work, you know?
Sounds about
So
how
it's
it
like-
is.
Speaking of work, Rodriguez is putting work on Toddy again, just trying to fight for another position.
Yeses.
And that battling, because Toddy feels like he needs to defend, has allowed Sadat to get away.
Sadat's catching, I think that's base Baker.
It's Larad.
Oh, it's Larad. Really?
P5.
They must have already
Yep.
got by Space Baker
Yep.
then. Missed that.
Space Baker is in P28.
Okay, I saw there was a blue flag. Oh, he's not that far. Oh, Rodriguez is out. What did he do? Might have went back too far for this one.
Looks like he's got some more damage. That's okay, we can take a peek at this last Sector 3 of the battle here.
It's not close to Toady, so he's not.
He must have just taken the curbing a little bit too aggressively. That's very easy to do.
It's got to be the inside of this last corner. You think you can take that? Oh no, it's right there before he even gets to the curb.
Oh, big slide, big slide. Oh, and he clips the inside wall. He already had damage on the left, and now he's got damage on the right to equal it out.
Now he's got Flo
You hate
and
to see
Lee
it.
right on his tail. The good news is we're at 36 minutes and the pit window is open in a minute, so maybe he doesn't have to drive too long
Yeah,
with
right
it.
around the corner.
By the end of this lap, he should be able to pit.
The pit time could be important here. Who gets in and out of the pit?
Oh, for sure. Especially those that have damage.
Exactly, a good opportunity to get in and really start repairing that and getting better lap times down. But I've made this comment last season, and there are a lot of drivers in these D3 and D4 divisions that could really gain several positions over their counterparts if they practice their pit entry, pit stop itself, and the pit exit, and save yourself easily 5 seconds by managing that process well. And I would encourage anyone that is listening and participating in these to really hone in and spend 10 minutes practicing your pit stops, because it could really save you in several
he just
opportunities,
barely missed it.
especially on tracks that are hard to. He probably could have went in and made the line as it crossed, but that's just a situational awareness piece there. But yeah, you can save a lot of time over your opponents in the pits with having, you know, maybe your opponent has like the auto start, auto turn off function turned on. That's 3 seconds right there if you turn your car off on your own and stuff
For
like
sure.
that.
I think every week I main one or two spots in the pits.
I could have saved 30 seconds in the pits had I checked my strategy and not switched to taking tires.
Yep, easy
As soon
mistake
as
to
you
make.
hit drive at the start of the race,
But they were nice, though. They were so nice.
you just turn that off
Once
right
you
at the
got new
beginning.
tires.
When you get new shoes and you gotta run around the store, go real fast. That's what I was doing.
Love it.
And then you realize that the guy that never bought new shoes has already finished the race.
Yeah.
He's in the food court already eating his lunch, and you haven't even ordered yet.
But my shoes are
While you've been
sweet.
running around the store with the shopping.
There's a few guys in the pits, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th.
Gutierrez has stolen the fastest lap for Mukoski,
That's
but
close.
still a second back from P1. The gap to P3 is now 7 seconds back. The front of the grid is definitely spacing out. But Curtis Lee is still putting immense pressure on Flo. As Flo dives into the pits, that's going to release Curtis to see if he can really maximize some extra pace. Now he's got some open track
Rodriguez
in front of him.
pit too, it looked like. So it's both the guys that were in front
Well,
of
we
him,
need
right?
to keep on. Seemingly, yeah. Flo, Rodriguez, and Robbie Totti all pit. What we need to pay attention to is where Curtis comes out of the pits in relation to those drivers.
That was a battle for 7th place, 8th place. Rodriguez is probably going to drop down to, I would say, like 15th or 16th down there with Spaghetti. The damage he'll have to repair, if he chooses to fix it.
Yeah, that's a big choice. I'd say you fix it. He's got damage on both sides. That's going to be a huge detriment to his overall pace.
Yeah, and if you got close to 30 seconds, you might want to add some fuel if you think you might be close.
All things to consider. But Curtis is looking like he's putting together a pretty good lap. I'm curious to see where he comes out in relation to these other people once he elects to pit. And it would make it really easy on us if he pit now. But that would probably be too simple, right?
I know some guys that I was racing last night waited until literally the last like 30 seconds that they could pit to throw in their pit.
That's what I do. You pit as late as possible, unless someone is directly holding you up.
Yeah. Curtis
is not going to make it easy on us, and he's going to keep going around. So let's go find someone else to follow, and I'll keep an eye on him. Sadat is right on Robbie Totti. And Sircone from P4 is now in the pits also.
Ooh. Totti got a little sideways
Channing
there.
with the drive-through, speeding in the pits, I would assume.
That's a very easy mistake to make. That's really unfortunate.
And I would imagine it's not knowing where the board is going into the pit entry where you need to slow down by.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
That's another reason why you practice your pit stops, so you don't get the speeding penalties, because that can ruin a race.
Yeah, it's detrimental.
This is pitting here. Gutierrez and Rutkowski are still out. Top 7 are still trucking along.
Doug, what was race pace in Division 1?
these freaks were driving 43s and 44s on race fuel. Absolute animals. I was in the 46s, just living my best life.
Yeah. Like a respectable gentleman.
That's how I felt.
As a very active admin in the community, that was only my second race all season. The amount of work I do just to get everything together, and I was finally able to actually attend a race, which felt great. But my lack of practice definitely showed. Everyone else is getting faster while I'm getting seemingly slower. You hate to see it.
Fair enough.
Curtis has gone around again, so we'll have to take a peek. He was gonna probably pit as late as possible.
They're both in the pits.
Wait. Oh, okay. Gutierrez
stayed out another lap.
Gutierrez has stayed out. Yeah, I don't know why Rutkowski would have elected to pit. That's
Doug, what's your time to overtake for Rutkowski on these after this pit stop? How many laps would you say?
The answer really is how much he gets slowed down, and that's hard to predict.
And Gutierrez is like half a lap. Looks like Rutkowski's got 2 lap cars in front of him, but he's got a pretty good gap, so he might be able to run a couple of steaming hot laps before Gutierrez takes his last pit. Jan asked if you're safe.
Yeah, Kyle, you should stay on board with Rutkowski, and then we could stay on board with Gutierrez and see where they manage. Because right now everyone else's battles are limited, apart from Rally, who's putting some immense pressure on Kyle Miller at the moment.
Got a question for you in the chat there,
That's good.
Doug.
Gutierrez gone in the pit?
He's still out. He's going to make it another lap here. 3 minutes. He might be able to go 2 laps before having to pit.
Hi, Durbin. And Jan, I appreciate you checking in on me. The hurricane is going to blow me away any minute. So I can hear it whipping around outside my window here, and it's scaring my dogs. But we're doing A-okay. Thank you. I predict we'll lose power just in the middle of the night.
Do we know what happened to Lorenzo Fuelhole in the pits? Because he's sitting in 21st right now.
I can take a look. Lorenzo stopped in the pits for 35 seconds, so he had to have taken tires.
Okay.
So that's an opportunity. A lot of drivers like to do that. He did lose 10 positions for doing that. He's going to have to fight through the grid. Actually, no, I take that back. Time stopped 35 seconds. Total time in the pits was 1 minute and 5 seconds.
Okay, so yeah, he might have taken...
That's a long pit stop.
So it took a lot of repairs, so he just said, I might as well take a fresh car.
Most certainly took fresh tires. That is going to be a big indicator for that much time lost.
Jan says tires equals wrong strategy. Yeah, I guess it depends on where you're at. There you go. Gutierrez is coming into the pits now. We'll see where Rutkowski comes out. Rutkowski is in...
There's been a lot of debate. Oh, go ahead.
I'm trying to see where Rutkowski's at on the field.
Yeah, so just select his car, and then we'll see where he comes out, when he passes as Gutierrez comes
turn
by.
11 now. I was trying to figure out from Kyle's view where he's at.
Yep, Kyle has got Rutkowski on the grid here. He's racing around. Gutierrez yet to stop.
Should have him. And Botla, Watts, and Lee all have to pit this time by.
Lee is pulling in right now.
I see a BMW.
I assume it'd be against the rules for Rutkowski to block him from pitting.
Gutierrez is out.
That's not, but Rutkowski is pulling along the front straight here.
He's gonna lose that.
Yeah, Gutierrez has the lead.
Gutierrez went from P2 to P1 with
interesting.
And you know what we talked about? Just managing your pit stops. Gutierrez, total time in the pits, 35 seconds. Time stopped, 5 seconds, which is like pretty much borderline perfect. Rutkowski, time in the pits 41 seconds, time stop 12 seconds. That 7-second difference lost in the lead and could potentially lose him this race.
I wonder if Rutkowski, with 12 seconds, he might have repaired a little bit of damage.
Potentially, but regardless, that now what used to be the lead is now a 5-second deficit.
For sure.
Oh, that's not much for Rutkowski at all.
It looks like,
You can make that up in about 1 lap.
from what I can see, everybody made their pit stops. I don't see any yellow tags on the board. No penalties at the end of the race.
305 in turn 1. What happened?
Rodriguez.
DJ Watts, yellow flag also.
Oh, but these guys hit each other.
Oh, he came. So we talked about this in the driver's briefing. Watts coming out of the pit lane, entitled to the racing line, and the car 305, which I think is Rodriguez of Team McLaren, just comes across the front of him.
Oh, just takes the turn in.
Watts did. Yeah, Watts politely pulls off to the left side and waits for him, but he was totally entitled to that racing line.
Yeah, you got to give the guy space coming out. In qualifying, it's the other way
And it looks
around.
like Watts let Rodriguez back by.
What a gentleman. That one was...
That's gentlemanly, but it should be vice versa.
That one was totally not his fault.
Oh, and Rodriguez is, again, got some more damage after probably fixing his car in the pits.
Not a good race for that Team McLaren car.
Yeah, and you can see his car getting really slippery through that sector 2. The damage is already being felt. Let's get on board with Rally and Kyle Miller. They've been battling for a while.
They got Hankey half a second in front of them. Battle for 12, 13, 14.
Yeah, Rally's been putting immense pressure on Kyle Miller for a long time. Two of them being respectful. I'm actually really impressed with Kyle Miller's ability. He was in a different car and then was asked to get promoted from D4 to D3, switched cars, and is still quite competitive. Good on him. Overall, a really clean race though. Only a couple incidents on this very technical track. Only really one real racing line, so if someone makes a mistake, it usually leads to several people colliding, and we haven't seen any of that, which is awesome. Sadat putting some massive pressure on Robbie Toddy almost alongside it, but look from what it looks like in the timing screens here. That's the battle for P5.
Not Miller. Kyle has.
Apart from that, the grid is much more spread out, and we talked about the 5-second gap that Gutierrez had over Rutkowski. That's now turned to 6 seconds. And Gutierrez has taken the fastest lap of the race, which is an extra point in our championship, with a 1:45 flat, which is a wicked quick time under race.
He's almost as fast as his qualifying time at this point.
He is faster than me, which hurts my feelings a little bit. But
I'd have to check and see my time.
McGinnis is only sitting hot boy laps.
Oh yeah.
Cooking tires. Ripping up the track. Rally did get past Kyle Miller there. What looked pretty sketchy pass. Miller looked like he got a really bad traction out of the final corner, and Rally just ripped past. And now Rally's pushing on to Hankey in that white Ferrari ahead in front.
Hankey and his teammate, I want to say it's Holmes, should be used to the pressure of having a car in front or behind them on this track, because I raced them for the whole 30 minutes of the practice race on Monday.
And the crowd goes, well, aren't you in a lower division? How are you doing that?
That is true. with the practice races, we've split the practice servers with the Division 1 and Division 2 in a lobby, and then Division 3 and Division 4 will take another lobby. Because not everybody shows up from each division. Allows a little mixture of the groups.
Barber for promotion?
No. They ended up getting by me, but I gave them a run because you can't pass, especially with the Audi because it's got wide hips.
Shorty thick. And Jan Roderick has a right idea. McGinnis for D1.
Heyo.
That's how he gets his king status. Ooh. Riley's got a good run in the toe. Going for the move.
He has to. There's only one opportunity. TV1,
One
quick,
shot,
quick.
one opportunity. TV1.
He does. He gets the move done. Hanky really respectful on the braking. He's gonna tuck right behind Rally, but Rally does get the move done.
He thought about going inside of 2 there.
And someone who's tucked right back in is Kyle Miller. He's waiting for these two to make a mistake. And speaking of, Rally takes that inside curbing really aggressively. He's lucky that his car didn't absolutely bin it.
Sketchy. Watching that McLaren bounce.
That would make any good driver queasy, watching that car stumble around like that.
I couldn't imagine doing that in VR.
No, sir.
Grover on the race control is dropping position to GTG back to 20th now.
Our boy Grover loves the Lambo, but the Lambo does not love him.
No.
Sometimes it just acts out.
Just cuts up, acts a fool. Trying to see if there's anyone.
DJ Watts is, Rodriguez on Formigal is putting some crazy pressure, and yep, they come together.
Nope.
P15.
Turn are we gonna have the accident at?
Rodriguez is going to be into this braking zone. It's got to be.
Oh. No.
Final corner.
Oh, right here, the second to last corner. Yep. Saw space. Didn't get quite there.
Vortex of danger. That's a really tough area to
He tried
pass
to
in.
get GTG in turn 1 to make up some spots, and now he's gonna lose 1 to Grover, possibly? No, Grover.
Grover's right there. He's not going to be able to get it from him, but needless to say, he's hungry for it. But yeah, Rodriguez is struggling. He's got nursing some damage from earlier, and he's finding that the opportunities he's looking for are being taken from him.
Hopefully he settles down and gets that car back under him, because he's got 3 hungry drivers behind him. Ooh, Lorenzo Filbo, if I can catch him.
It looked like they went side by side through the turn there and had an absolute moment. Goes up the inside and then just collects door bangs. Looked like a ambitious move to get up the inside and just carry a little bit too much speed, collecting himself along the driver outside.
Dang. Another driver that was doing well earlier in the race and has now slipped outside of the top 20. Channing off.
He did take the alternative strategy to get new tires, and he's finding that all that extra traffic is leading to issues.
Waleed's teammate. Turn 2. Oh, don't tell me it's in the chicane that he eats it. No, it doesn't quite go back that far. Up the hill.
This inside, it's got to be.
Oh!
Yep.
Oh, that's a heavy hit.
That's a big impact. Big impact. Are you going 30 seconds back or 15
that one
seconds
was 30.
back? Yeah, give me 15.
I'll give you 15.
15's more than sufficient.
Here we go.
Forward. I love that Lexus livery.
Watson Lee.
No, the
Formigal.
Formigal's
Yeah,
like
it's
this.
the old
Yeah,
school.
his is so nice.
Ooh,
Toyota.
picture in picture got too wide.
Nice.
Catching Michael and Rally.
They've been racing hard.
Rally tucks it back in.
Oh,
Rodriguez
no.
and GTG going, and then Rodriguez has another moment. He can't catch a break, and he's not holding his brakes, but he is rolling off track, which is great. Finds himself probably massively frustrated with what seems like an endless streak of bad luck tonight.
Well, the big winner out of that was Grover, who was sitting right behind him, grabs 2 positions. This track.
Oh, and to make matters worse for Lorenzo Filho, collects a drive-through.
Ooh, track cut warning maybe?
Track cut warning, 100%.
Oh, man.
That's the only way to get that mid-race.
That is not what you want to see with 15 minutes left.
No, and another one, Tommy Dong in P25 collects one just now too. There were several drivers that got drive-through penalties in D1 in the final stint, like the final 10 minutes. So it can happen to the best of you, and it's a huge gut punch when it happens this late.
We had
in
a
the race.
few between the pit stops and like the 15-minute mark, I think, in D4. Everyone was nursing it until the pit stops, and then they just drove it hard for the end.
Yep. Miller and Rally are battling it out again.
Turn 2, turn 3 complex. Rally is eating that curb in turn 3 and sending those wheels up.
I don't know how that McLaren is being so gentle on him. He must have a great setup. My suspension would just have yeeted me
So
10
he's
times
got
over by
the
now.
springs and the dampers really soft. As he goes off, can you gather it safely? Nice.
You bet. A lot of open road on the outside there, which is convenient.
A good place to run off is where there's lots of tarmac.
Yep. And that gap does open up quite a bit now.
Looks like LeRon maybe close in.
Rada's putting some pressure on Flo. Well, second out. Michael on Bailey is getting closer by the millisecond here.
So
Michael and Bailey's looking good.
P1, P2.
That's what you're on.
Oh, shoot.
Watch out, Chrissy.
Rutkowski is definitely closing the gap to Gutierrez, but not fast enough. Gutierrez's last lap was a 1:47.2, and Rutkowski's was a 1:45.9, but it was invalid.
Michael, don't get on that
So maybe you
curve
gotta
at the
track
end.
So with 12 minutes left, how many feet is that?
You're asking me to do math? Are you crazy?
I couldn't even tell you how many miles I've got left. Let alone feet.
I can barely tell you how much time is left in the race, and it's literally staring me in the face at the top of the screen.
And again, we're pretty much to a spot where all the cars are at least a second from the ones around them, so now they just got to gather themselves, prepare for the final swings.
It's a nice looking livery too. Michael's McLaren.
Yeah, the Panasonic McLaren Japan.
Yeah, that nice like teal, like Tiffany blue.
I like
color
how
almost.
it looks like the teal is kind of glossy while the black or dark gray is matte. I love those contrasts.
Very sexy. There's only one battle on track, ladies and gentlemen, and that is GTG on Grover. Everyone else is far apart from this Michael Bailey battle. It's an interesting part of the race now where at least I found myself mentally drained by this point because this track requires so much white knuckle turning. So.
Oh yeah, I was dead tired after the race last night. Yeah. Mouth dry, feet sore, hands shaking.
Jan Roderick's making a cheeky joke in the chat saying McLaren drivers need to put that "don't punt" on their dashboard. Is that a shot at the fact that they're involved in a lot of incidents?
Well, one of the teams has don't punt on the rear, the trunk.
There's one Audi team. I want to say it's Nordstrom. Excuse me, Nordstrom with the Galaga themed car has the "Please don't explode me" because the video game explosion.
I love that.
Image. That's clever.
It's like,
what would Team McLaren have to say about all these incidents, though? Like, as a leader of a conglomerate, I know that I'm very stern with the drivers in my grouping.
You know what I would do?
What would you do, McGinnis?
Doug, what I would do is I'd give everybody on Team McLaren one of those baby on board stickers.
What about a student driver sticker on the back of your car? That seems to work.
That would be good too.
It seems to be okay. That's good when you hit other people, then they don't report you.
Yeah, that's clever.
Durbin reporting that Paulie is very stern.
It doesn't protect you from other people like the baby on board. Or maybe something else that people like apple pie on board.
You just wafted scents of beautiful apple pie.
The wonderful,
Yankee Candle on board. Yankee Candle apple pie.
Not flammable.
Can we get sponsored by them?
If we get sponsored by Yankee Candle, my mother-in-law is gonna be ecstatic.
That would be crazy.
She's got an entire walk-in closet full.
I'm gonna write to their apple pie division.
Oh my lord, Guinness.
We have absolute horrible, scary winds going on outside right now. I'm looking outside the tree out front in my front yard, and it's like at a 45-degree angle.
GTG.
Oh, speaking of 45-degree angles, GTG goes in, it hits the apex at a weird one, and loses all momentum when trying to overtake Rover.
McLive, McLav, McLove. I don't know what that's a reference to, but I love it.
McLove?
It's live, laugh, love, but with the McLaren.
Ah, the McLaren. Oh, okay, I didn't know if he was making fun of McGinnis or something else.
Oh, that too. I think it's only suiting.
Grover just went off.
I do give McLove. McLove.
Grab him before he drops down. Yep, that same little complex going into the right-hand sweeper, and ooh.
Oh, the weight transfer. Oh,
that's a hard hit.
Big impact. But you know what's nice though is that his car won't look too bad because he hit the blue and green barrier with a blue and green car.
His lights are flashing in front of him.
True.
His bonnet is open. Hopefully he doesn't have a suitcase in that trunk.
They have the embroidered suede or Alcantara mechanics toolkit in a fire extinguisher in there. Lamborghini.
That poor car is toast. Rally back on Miller on the outside.
Spaghetti picking up a drive-through penalty in P21.
More bad news for Spaghetti. He's ready to go on to next week to the Glen.
Needless to say, a trip to America will be a welcome visit for many of our North American-based drivers. Opportunity to visit home.
It's been a grueling schedule so far.
We had a lot of backlash for how difficult our season 3 was. I think we've had a pretty positive welcoming for season 4's track list.
I feel like season 4 is a much harder schedule than last season was. Outside of
Kyle Miller gets off and Rally able to sneak back in and takes the position away. Nice job.
Season 3 was just British tracks. British track.
I see one of your complainers, Doug.
McGinnis, tell me how you really feel. For every person that compliments the league, there's 8.
Well, just you wait, McGinnis. Next season, we're gonna have Brands Hatch at Oulton Park and Snetterton.
Hey, if you're unhappy about anything in the league, just file a ticket in the stewards
box.
That is wrong. Do not do that. We were talking about what the potential season track lists would be for season 5 and season 6, and my suggestion was Brands Hatch 6 times, and then a wet Smetterton, and then Donington Park.
Ugh.
And believe it or not, it did not get voted on kindly.
I'm okay with that.
But it is what it is.
How about
I
just,
love me some Brands Hatch.
Coda into Indianapolis. Over and over again.
Coda. Ugh.
Cal, do you not remember our experience at Coda? It was not a good one.
Yeah, you were almost banned from the league, McGinnis.
I know. And he almost beat me in a fist fight too.
Yeah, he was ready to just go to your house and show you who's boss.
He took my manhood that night.
For those that are wondering, you just need to go watch the replay of the. We don't have a replay, I don't think, of the Coda endurance race. That was our first.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Endurance race that
Kyle
wasn't
Miller is
broadcasted.
off.
I could find a clip. But
Oh, don't tell me
Kyle
the
has a
same
moment,
spot
you're
as his teammate. Yep, same spot as his teammate. Ooh. Tank slapper.
Oh my goodness. And gets worse for wear, now facing backwards, huge time loss. And he's on the other side of the track now, trying to get on safely. Man, the 7-Up Ghost Rider racing team's having a rough night tonight.
At least with the Tic Tac sponsors, you know their breath is on point.
No doubt. You know what's on point? Their accounting department after they're hemorrhaging funds to fix these cars.
They are not looking at pretty with all that red they're seeing tonight.
I think they're part of the big Slinky Magnet family that got into racing.
Think so?
That is a very powerful
Slinky
sponsorship to
Tycoon.
have. Yeah.
Family wealth and Slinky generation.
That's legacy wealth right there.
Legacy.
Well, right now we're at the 3-minute mark, and Gutierrez has a 9-second gap.
Do it. Dive him.
Just proving too hard. Can't beat it.
Gutierrez
Oh, look at this.
and the Badman's looking real good.
You watching? Is that Hanky?
Yeah.
I saw that Hanky, Formigal, and Watts were really close together.
Oh,
They're gonna make a nice little.
that seemed bad. Oh.
I love the sound effects that McGinnis makes when
I
he's
know he's
racing.
into it.
I want to watch like a real Formula One race with him and just have all the different little oohs and ahs going on. Speaking of which,
Just
SRA
drive
meetup.
fast.
Yeah, he's working on it. But SRA meetup at the Daytona 24-hour, the Rolex 24 this year.
Will there be a flag?
It looks like we're gonna have some SRA branded flags. It looks like that may be the case.
Nice.
That may be the determining
Oh no,
factor in
Sarkona's
whether I go or
pitting.
not.
But why?
Why is he?
Is he out of
There's
fuel?
no way he's out of
Why?
fuel.
Why? That's the only logical explanation.
No.
Let's see how long he's in the
Probably
pits.
losing
Final
some
lap.
positions.
Space Baker's off again. Rodrix is saying fuel. Are you in chat with him, Rodrix? Oh man. I told them to put more fuel in it.
He could have made it. I don't know his situation or anything, but
Man, that's a big. No guessing. Okay. I don't know. He's 45
just stopped in the
seconds.
pits, and
He's just losing time.
he's still in the pits. He's not leaving. There's no way. He's been in the pits for 1 minute and 27 seconds. He would have to have been fixing catastrophic damage to be in that lap.
Yeah, at that point.
I think he's
he's
just
just
done.
out of it.
Yeah, just done with the race.
but
Calling
those are
it quits.
free SRA points.
Yeah, no
Those
kidding.
can get you into high exclusive events.
Your SRA rating is your brand.
Yes,
Ooh,
your
GTG
social
and
credit.
Formagon and Watts are all close. Looks like GTG just got past Watts. Now he's going to go after Formagal and Hanky through the chicane as we close up the final lap. Ooh, watch those curbs.
The grouping is tight, and they are fighting for what are very valuable points at this stage in the
Ooh,
season
Durbin's got a
here.
good point. Maybe his game crashed and it teleported him? No.
No,
Oh
that was
no,
a conscious
GTG
decision
hits
to go.
Formagal.
Oh, big
And it
moment.
causes Watts.
Switch to helicopter cam. Helicopter cam, and then give me 15 seconds.
He dives
Give
in
it
on
to
turn
me.
10 here. How does Watts get collected?
Oh, Vortex
Oh,
of danger.
not
Collected
Watts.
two for one.
You need to hold your brakes if you have
You
a moment.
always gotta be
GTG getting out of the way. Absolute moment. And as you see, that was Gutierrez passing by. So this is the final sequence of corners here. Gutierrez is crossing the line now for P1 by an astounding 8-second gap. Congratulations to the Badmans conglomerate. Another dub in the bag. Rutkowski rounding 8 seconds back. P2, great performance from him.
Great performance.
Yeah, the McGinnis sponsorship proving to be quite strong. Botla, a quiet race for P3, 20 seconds back, but great podium finish. And Robbie Toddy is comfortably in P4, followed by Sadat, P5. And Curtis Lee, like we predicted, was going to have a good race tonight. P6 currently, as he's going to be rounding the final bits of the circuit here. Great job. Flo, P7, 13 seconds back, holding off Larad in P8. Bailey in P9, holding off Rally in P10. But Rally's going to really, he's still 9/10 behind, giving him some good pressure, keeping him honest through the final sector here. And then Michael in P11, Hanky in P12, Rodriguez, who had an absolute hellish race tonight, manages, despite all of those moments, a top 15 finish. Can you believe
crazy.
that? Yeah, we saw him spinning more than an 80s music video.
And those spin a lot.
They spin quite a bit. And the rest of the grid sorts themselves out. A great job to the gang of D3 tonight. Really proud of the community. And proving yet again that despite being on a tough technical track, that they can have some good quality races.
It was a good race all over.
And you see Boys and All, just barely holding off DJ Watts and Formagal at the end there. Nice job to the boys. As you see some donuts in the background.
DJ
Clean. Let's see if we can grab some interviews.
Sounds good.
Let's get Rutkowski in here, huh?
It's a good one to look for.
Absolutely. That's the dream.
Hank Gutierrez.
I'm down.
That's the dream.
Probably is down in general chat.
Yeah, I would check.
I'm looking right now.
Admin's chat, maybe.
They usually will fall into line here once they are done. It takes a little bit.
Where's
I'm still here.
He's still here.
I just closed the
he just closed
stream.
his stream.
Picture, not picture in picture, but the Discord stream.
I'm glad you're still here.
Thanks.
Stevie.
I'm glad I'm here too.
Durbin wants to know, Sarver, who is the person adjacent to you in your profile picture?
That is an RLCS caster analyst of the name Lawler. He's actually one of the people I mod for on Twitch. And when I went to Rocket League World Championships in August, I actually got to meet him for the first time. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So I like to show it off when I can, because that was a pretty cool experience.
You're flexing on the community. Is that what
Yeah,
you're
a little
saying?
flex.
Nice. Well, I'm not seeing any of our podium finishers. Actually, there we go. We got one. Gutierrez.
He
Let's
usually
grab him.
Grab him.
Another Badman's victory in the bag. Gutierrez, what do you have to say for yourself?
That was hard. I had to work for that one, especially in the first half of the race there. That was tough.
That's a white knuckle driving experience around Hungaroring, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Extremely stressful. I knew from the beginning that was the strategy. You know, finishing P2 for the qualifying. I knew that there weren't much opportunity to overtake on this track. So I was gonna do the opposite of what he did, and he went to the pit early, kind of early. So I just said, okay, I'll just take advantage of this and stay on the track there for a couple more laps.
You guys were having identical lap times. Do you know what it came down to for you to take the win?
No.
He had a 7-second longer pit stop.
Oh no way.
Do you know how much he finished behind you?
No, I don't.
Like basically 7 seconds.
No way.
So you guys were basically driving the exact same pace
Right.
the entire race. And the only reason he lost to you is because he took 7 additional seconds in the pit.
That's what I was hoping for, honestly. I knew we had the similar pace even from last race in the wet. So I knew it came down to the error in the pit, whatever it was, whether he pit wrong, he missed his mark, or he got fuel, I guess. I don't know.
I think he just missed his mark, to your
Okay.
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
But great job from you. Super clean. Any major takeaways?
No, shout out to the Dadmans. Another
Oh,
dub.
you already know the best conglomerate in SRA. You already know. But yeah, man. Well, good job tonight, and let's keep racking up them dubs.
Yes, sir. All right, boys. Have a good
Have a
night.
good one.
You too.
Thanks.
Did you grab anybody, Kyle, or are they still hiding from you?
Who do you want to talk to, Kyle? Out of
I want-
everybody.
To talk to Burkowski.
Well, he's not here.
He's not here.
Well, if I can't talk to him, then I want to talk to Sircone.
Okay, we can
He's
grab
in
him.
the race chat too.
Yep.
I can grab him. Watch.
Oh, I got him. Way
I
ahead
just-
of you.
I put him somewhere else.
What are you doing?
I have to find him.
I got him. Behave yourself. Corey. What the hell happened?
I don't know, dude. Game just crashed on me.
We thought that you had ran out of fuel or something.
Nope.
You just disappeared, huh?
Yeah.
What? I mean, I'm streaming from a hurricane, and you're telling me that your PC couldn't handle little ACC action, huh?
Dude, I don't even know. I literally have never had that happen to me before.
Bad timing.
Well, McGinnis was dying to talk to you. McGinnis, what do you have to say?
I'm sorry. I blame.
Oh, that's really nice.
I blame Doug whenever anybody
Oh my
has
god.
a hardware-related issue. Just check for malware on your computer.
It's Doug's fault. Yeah.
Yeah.
The second that you joined SRA, you agreed to any Trojan viruses that you may or may not experience in here. So.
Well, something funny happened earlier in the race. One of the back markers I came up to, like, I don't know, kind of disappeared and then reappeared, and it said I bumped him in the rear, but he was still like a second ahead of me.
Oh man.
But
Yeah,
then
so
nothing
you're
else
definitely having
happened.
some internet issues, to say the least.
Race.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're having some lag, and it was causing you to have some desync issues. That's just the most frustrating part of sim racing, when you've practiced and you've dedicated time to really having a good performance race day, and your hardware fails you. So you know what this means, right?
You went.
It's time to
Droppers.
spend money and upgrade your
listening.
rig to be absolutely beefy.
Dude, this thing's brand new. It's like, hell, how long have I been in this league? A
5
month,
weeks
little
now?
over a month. This rig's
I was
like
gonna
2
say
months old.
5 weeks.
Oh, too old. Too old.
It's too old.
You gotta replace your computer every week and a half.
So basically, he needs to buy an Ethernet cable, is what it sounds like.
Get some Cat 6 instead of that
Yeah.
Cat 5.
Use the button.
Yeah. Well, nice little joke, Sarver. Okay. Well, Corey, we're sorry for your performance.
Hate to see it, bud.
That sucks, but you'll get them next week, right?
Oh yeah, I'll be back. Another podium opportunity.
For sure.
That's what we'd like to hear. All right, brother. Have a good rest of your night.
Thank you
You're
guys.
welcome.
Well, Douglas, anybody else like to talk to?
It's a good question.
Steven?
No, the only other people I see that I would want to talk to are already going through the replay.
I want to talk to Curtis Lee.
You know where Curtis is hiding at? Oh yeah, I see him.
I got him. I'm dragging him up one piece at a time because the scrolling function on Discord is pretty terrible.
So I can grab him.
Curtis Lee.
Hello.
Is this your best performance in SRA?
Maybe I don't know.
I mean, you came in like it was P6, right?
Either 6th or 7th.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome, man.
That's hot shit.
Congrats.
EJ and I were both like, hey, if we finish top 15, we'll be happy because neither one of us had good pace around here. But
You look stable though. We were watching a lot of Lambos and McLarens pirouetting, and your Lexus was eating up the curb.
yeah, it's a super stable car around this track as long as you're not trying to abuse the tires too much in terms of getting out of the corner. Something that we learned from Bentley last season. Better to be up a gear and slamming the throttle versus trying to come out of some of these corners, especially that chicane. You'd normally be in first gear there. I've been taking it in second gear just to be able to be flat on the throttle as we're going over the second half of the chicane and not been out there. I saw a couple people lose the rear end there. But yeah, kind of a lonely race in second half after the pit stops.
Understood. Yeah. Well, I've been told that this is a privilege because the D4 stream last night couldn't interview people because Taylor Molyneux his PC blue screened and cut it off. So they did not get the privilege of speaking to the beloved commentating teams.
The masses.
To the broadcasting worldwide.
To the 14 people.
Yeah. But Curtis, nice job tonight, and looking forward to seeing some more epic performances from you, my friend.
Thanks. Looking forward to the wet Suzuka whenever that
2
shows
weeks.
Do you have any experience on
that 2
Suzuka by
weeks?
chance?
Is that 2 weeks?
2
or
weeks.
Is
I
that,
got Watkins going next week.
Next week. Nice. I look forward to wet Suzuka after the 8-hour endurance race there.
Yeah, so you do have a little experience there, huh?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, good to know. Good to know. All right, brother. Well, enjoy your night, and we're about to sign off here.
Sounds good.
Thank
You're
you, guys.
welcome, dude.
Stay safe in Ocala, brother.
We'll do that. You too. If that eye moves east, any you're gonna hit too. Getting a hit as well. So
Yeah, we're experiencing some pretty strong bands at the moment. Lots of wind, but we will manage.
we will charge on.
We will charge on. Go Knights. Good evening, sir.
Night.
Later.
All right, Mr. Sarver. Call it a night for us, my friend.
Yeah, for sure.
Subscribe, like, leave a comment.
Join the Discord. Come race
Yeah.
with us.
If you are interested in participating in any Sim Racing Alliance content, you can go to the simracingalliance.com and sign up for any of our championships. And they have instructions on how to get started. And if you want to support the community, you can do so in our donations tab. But other than that, thanks for participating and being engaged with us tonight. And we look forward to spending more time on track with y'all next
For
week.
sure. We'll see you next week, guys.
Love you all.